Oh, hi. I brought a wee cup of tea this time. A wee cup of tea, look, the size of it is gigantic. I love this cup though. What I wanted to get back to is what happened on my very first training session with the Dundee Royals. I did the video when I was in the car and I was waiting to go and I was really nervous. It's a wee bit after it. I didn't do this video immediately after coming off the ice or anything like that. Just because I've been so busy and just reflecting on things. But I did want to update on how all that first encounter went, because if anyone else gets inspired by this and starts trying to do stuff or learning new skills when they're 50, 60, 40, do you know what, any age really, if you've never done it before, as soon as you're an adult, everything becomes, well, what seems much harder to you than it does as if you were a kid. And the anxiety that goes with that as an adult, it's unreal. And I felt that a lot. So what happened was I went in, I'd been told that Chloe was going to be my gal, she was going to help me, she was going to get me some kit. Debbie was off the week that I came, so she very, very kindly loaned me her kit. And Leanne was there as well. Leanne was off the ice, she wasn't skating, so she had volunteered herself to help me get into kit and sort me out, while Chloe got herself organised and stuff as well. And honestly, I couldn't have hoped for nicer people. They were just lovely. Everybody was getting on. The vibe was unreal. Like the music in the changing rooms and stuff like that. Everybody's like, Leanne's going through, what about this? These will fit you. We'll put these on you. These gloves, try that on, helping me get my shoulder pads on and stuff, because they are tricky. If you've never put them on before, they are tricky. Getting your arms through them and stuff. And yeah, everybody just kind of rallied round, got me strapped into my helmet, because again, they're tricky as well. The studs are like not where you expect them to be, and you're trying to like blindly find things. So, everybody got it together, and then it's like, all right, come on, we'll get on the ice. Have no idea what to expect, absolutely zero idea. But we get on out there. Oh, and I got a water bottle. That was like my first piece of kit, to be fair. I put my helmet on and stuff, and I'm like, oh, ready to go. And then I pick up my water bottle, and I'm like, oh, this is not going to work. And Leanne was like, oh, have you got like money with you? I was like, yeah. She's like, come on. Took me to the forecheck shop, and that was the first piece of kit that I bought, was a water bottle with the long thing that goes through the cage on your mask. On your helmet. So I was like, cool, that's it, I've got a water bottle. I'm in the team now. I've got my own water bottle. But so yeah, we gets on the ice, gets a water bottle, puts it on a wee shelf, and I'm like, cool. And then we get split into groups. So keeping in mind there was a game the next week, so I know the coaches wanted to work with the girls that were going to be playing and go through some, drills specific for them as well. And then I'll go into the wee beginners group. I'll be honest, I don't know the name of my coach. I didn't really, maybe someone told me and I've just forgot. That's quite likely. So we've got a coach for us. He could have been speaking any language. I would not have understood anything that was going on. It was wild. I was like, am I an adult? Am I a full grown adult? I can't comprehend this. I am struggling a lot. And we were doing these drills and I was in a line, but we'd been put into, he'd originally says, if you know what position you play, forwards up here, defenders here, blah blah. Obviously I'm brand new, I don't know what position I play. And he says, if you don't know, you're a forward. I'm like, cool, I'm a forward then, I can get on board with this. So I'm a forward. We get in our little teams and he says, right, okay, this is where you're going to be, you're a right winger. And I'm like, okay, cool, I'm a right winger. Still no idea what that means, but I'm on the right hand side, and we've got just a little bit of the rink. We're at one end, and we've got less than half of the rink, so we're on there. And then so there's like two defenders, and then there was a whole thing. So we go through it, and it's like there's two defenders, and he threw a puck down, and two defenders went, and then as they came back, the forwards needed to go in the centre, and then we had to come back. And he's explaining this to me, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know if I can get my skates to work properly right now, never mind do all that. And I was so confused, I really was confused. But it was my first time, and there was a couple of other girls that were really confused as well, so it didn't feel so bad. But that was that. We did all the wee training bits, and again, because there was a game the next week, the coaches wanted everybody to play games, so of course we got put into lines. And of course we've got beginner lines as well, so we have to get me, my first time at ice hockey, can barely hold a stick. I don't, what do I do with that puck? I have no idea. I get put on the ice and we're playing these mini games, honestly. So the very first time it's like, right, your line's on, we go on. However, the first person I encountered when I got on the ice is a coach that was training the other side. So he doesn't know me from Adam. I could have been anybody under that helmet. He doesn't know it's my first time. He doesn't know what I've been taught from my other wee coach. So he's completely blank. So this is not a coach thing. This is not like, this is just, you know, how everything got so confused. So I go on, but because we had less than half the ice, I didn't really know where I was going as a forward when we had full ice. So I go in, and then this coach is close to me, and I'm like, oh, and he says, are you not sure where you're going? And I'm like, no. And he says, all right, you go there. And then he puts me in this position. And I just go there, and I'm like, cool, cool. And then, you know, they have the face off, and that's it. So I'm skating, but he's meant to be looking after us. So he's kind of dooting about, and he's going, oh, go there, go there, go there. And then he says to me, and he's going to me, you get back here, you get back here. You're in defence. And I was like, so I'm like trying to skate and trying to hold myself up and no idea what's going on. And I'm like, I'm a forward. And he's like, no, I put you in defence. And I'm like, oh, right, okay, I'll go in defence. Honestly, what a riot. So I'm like now pulling back, and I'm like, oh right, I'll be here then, I'll try no, oh. And then our time is up, and then we get whistled off, and then we go off, and then I said to my coach, and I'm like, I went on, and I was like, he put me in defence, and he went, nah, just when you go back on, you're in a forward. But realistically, I still didn't know where I started as a forward, so I was kind of none the wiser really. But again, everything was moving really fast, and I think the coaches and, you know, a lot of the girls' heads were really in like next week, the week after's game. So I totally got it. I totally got that it was just, you know, getting people on the ice. Let's start playing games. Let's get you on there. Get some ice time. And I'm just dotting about. Honestly, I felt like Mr. Bean. I could have been Mr. Bean on ice. I think if somebody made it into a comedy sketch, it would have been quite funny. However, I only fell once, and it was actually quite good because I was lacking a lot of confidence on the ice. You know, I've not skated on the ice. I've not been to the rink for a wee while, but I was kind of had all this padding on that I've never wore before, and I'm carrying a stick that I've never carried before, and you know, I feel like people are looking at me. I'm not interested at all. Nobody's looking at me, but you know, you get in your head, you're like, oh, people will see me. But eventually I did fall on the arse, and you know what, it was the best thing that could have happened, because when I fell I realised, one, that it didn't really hurt, and two, it's not like everybody got in a group, you know, and laughed or, you know, looked at us or anything. Nobody was caring. Everybody's too busy organising themselves. Nobody's going to shite if I fell on the ice, you know what I mean? Just get on up and get down the ice. Where's that puck, you know, what position are you playing? So that one fall really did keep me in check for a wee bit and give me that wee bit more confidence, because I was like, oh, I'll just get a bit bolder then, I'll try and skate a bit faster, because if I fall it's absolutely fine, nothing bad happens when you fall. And that was a good lesson to learn, so I was happy with that. So yeah, that was pretty much it. We finished, we did all our games, we come off. Honestly, I did not realise I was going to sweat so much. Like, when I go to the games, like, if you go to watch, like, the Stars or the Rockets, if you end up, like, behind the benches, they are reeking. Absolutely stinking. And, you know, when it's all the men, and, you know, they're working hard, so you expect them to be sweaty. But I didn't think I was going to get that sweaty, although I am quite a sweaty person. But I didn't think I was going to get that sweaty. And I came off, and I'm like, oh, poor Debs. I've got her kit on. I'm like just sweating all my sweat in her kit. I felt absolutely terrible. I felt terrible about that. But I think that's just a thing. That's the name of the game. That's just how ice hockey is. You're just sweaty. And yeah, cool. That's my life now. I'm just going to be a sweaty beast. However, it did really make me want to just get on. Although I'm very early. I've been in one training session and I'm like, oh, I need all my own kit, because I'm kind of just like that. I'm a wee bit like that. Maybe it's a wee weird thing I have, but I just felt like, you know what, just get your own kit. and it's less pressure on the girls, trying to find bits that fit you. I'm quite short, so you know, maybe it's not going to always be easy to get the shins that fit my little legs, and a helmet that fits my tiny head. So I was just like, let's get my own kit. So that's why I got on my kit like really straight away. So currently I am the epitome of all the gear and no idea. That's my life right now. You know, and it's funny because I tell people, like, you know, I'll go, oh, I joined a ladies ice hockey team. I think they genuinely think in their head that, oh, she must be a good skater, or they go, oh, we'll need to come and watch you play. I'm like, absolutely not. No, thank you. I have no idea when I'm going to have the ability to be anywhere on that ice for a game. I mean, I guess that's the journey though, right? That's where I need to be. I can't just join a team and be like, oh, I'm not going to play games though. Yeah, I have to play games. But honestly, the fear of having my family or people from my work actually coming to watch me on that ice, the fear's real. However, it's going to have to happen at some point because there's definitely, I mean, I guess I'm proud as well already. I'm proud that, you know what, I'm proud I got in my car that night. I'm proud that I went in there to this whole changing room of girls that I didn't know. I'm proud that I've took these steps already, right? But I think in among all that fear and the anxiety and maybe like a little bit cringe and a wee bit embarrassing, I think I'm definitely going to feel proud a lot. And I think it's just helpful having all these like great girls around me as well. I think that's going to, you know, really set me up. And I think there's definitely going to come a time where I'm like, yeah, come and watch me. Hey, I'm playing on this day. Do you want to come watch me? Come and watch. Even just come and watch the training. Just come and sit, you know. And I think I'll definitely get to that point. And that's what I'm looking forward to as well. Not that I need an audience. I don't need an audience, but I think it'll be really fun. And I keep joking as well that, you know, Dan and I didn't have kids. We didn't plan on having any kids. So we didn't have these kind of like kids that are going to karate and dancing and playing ice hockey. So basically, I didn't have any kids to live vicariously through. I am the kid. I have to just do all the hobbies. So, you know, I have to have the Triceratops cushions because I didn't have kids to buy them for. And I have to play the hockey games because, you know, somebody's going to need to come and watch ice hockey. And if I'm not having any kids so we can do that, they're just going to have to come watch me. So that's what that's where we're at right now. So yeah, it was really fun. I come away, I was absolutely buzzing when I finished. Everybody was super nice, came out, you know, joined a WhatsApp group, everybody's in the group and it's fun, you know, all these things to put on and, you know, the looking at like, oh, what TikToks videos can we make and all that kind of stuff. And it is going to be super fun. And I'm really enjoying it already and having all my own kit and stuff. Honestly, I can't wait till August and get on that ice. And I just have to keep telling myself as well, you know what, every time I got on that ice and I'm a wee bit confused and I'm not sure what's doing and I fall on my arse, just honestly, just get on up and just keep moving. It'll click someplace. And my new thing to do as well just now, I don't know, there's not a lot of podcasts that I like watching, but I do watch the guys from Diversity, Jordan and Perry and Ash. Absolutely love them, hilarious. So instead of just listening to the podcast, I actually watch it on YouTube. So when I'm going on my chores in town from my work, I'm out and about quite a bit. I'm actually just wandering around the town watching this YouTube. But what I've started doing now is when I've not got a podcast to watch, Coach Jeremy. Coach Jeremy is my guy. I don't know if he's good or not. He seems good though. I really like how he explains things and he's given all these like stick warm-ups, you know, stick handling stuff, and there's another guy, an older guy, he has Scott, I think his name is, and you know, I think if I start watching videos and stuff like that as well, there's a lot of stuff you can do at home, you know, when you're not on the ice, your feet positionings, your knees, your stick handling, you know, I think if I grab myself a couple of like street hockey balls and I'll be able to like lob them around and just, you know, get a little bit more experience. What Dan and I did do actually was we got inline skates. We thought that might be helpful. So Dan is right in. He's like, I'm like, oh, I'm thinking of getting inline skates. So I'll get inline skates as well. So he's got inline skates. We went down to Seabreeze. Obviously, if you're not from Dundee or thereabouts, it was just a wee bit down, like, you know, fairly close to the water, and it was just this walking and bicycle path. And we park in a car park. Dan's not even out the car. He's just trying to get his boots on. He's not even out the car. He falls. He falls out the car. He's just trying to get his boots on. So, but Dan can skate as well. You know, it's different. You're trying to hold yourself still and do your laces and keep yourself in the car. So I understand how it happened. But yeah, we got out and about. We just did a wee jaunt. It was just to get ourselves out for the first time, see our boots. I just grabbed mine on Vinted. They were like a tenner or something. The wheels, questionable, but you know, it was fine. They need a wee insole in them. Maybe if I use them more, I'll buy myself a better pair. But I thought for a tenner, you know, maybe I'll not like them. Maybe I'll not use them much. So, you know, we started that bit, and I was hoping that that might help me get some sort of skating experience off the ice. The ice arena, the public skating sessions, couple during the day, but I work Monday to Friday 9 to 5. So if I can't get it the weekends, I'm kind of gutted where I'm going to go. So I thought that might have been a good chance to, you know, get some experience that way. But yeah, I'm going to try everything I can. I'm going to watch the videos. I'm going to go on the inline skates. I'm going to be in the house, you know, bending my knees and side to side, and I'll be doing all that. Dan's fully on board with that as well. Me and him were, you know, kicking a ball up and down the living room the other night, adding the stick. He was kicking it to me, I was passing it back. It was quite nice. I love that he's so sort of on board with all the madness that is me right now. But yeah, I'm keen to move on, and if you're trying to do something new, like I am, and you're worried about that first experience of walking in the changing rooms, honestly, just go in. Just go in. Pretend that you're no nervous. Pretend that you're super confident. Like, hey girls, oh hi, I'm looking for, you know, I just came in. Hi, I'm looking for Chloe, you know, and I was just kind of like that, shit in my pants, but also like, you know, nothing bad's going to happen. Absolutely, I can assure you, absolutely nothing bad's going to happen. If it does happen, they know your people, and that's not your tribe. Just tell them to F off and then start a new hobby. But you'll probably find that people will be a lot more helpful than you think they're going to be, or you know, they're a lot more friendly, and you're probably just, you know, you'll be in there 15 minutes and you'll be like, oh, this is fine. This is absolutely fine. So if you start a new journey, nothing bad's going to happen. You'll be fine. All right. See you later.